Well, hello. Now, 6 p.m. means here one thing at Hochanda. It means the launch of a brand new one-day special. And I have been very, very excited about this one because it is from Studio Light, but even more special than that is a Just Lou collection, a brand new. And of course, Just Lou Withers is here, the mind behind it, the artistic talent. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm so happy to be here. It's been quite a while now with all things going on, but yeah, it's so good to be here and be able to talk to you here instead of...
Absolutely. We are very, very happy that you are here. And now can you talk us about the inspiration behind this amazing brand new collection, the butterfly collection?
Well, I really love anything to do with butterflies, moths and that. And we concentrate a lot on butterflies, so I thought, right, let's draw a really nice I think it's, I always get the name wrong, Atlas moth. And they're absolutely huge. Yeah. And they're absolutely, and you can see the faces and everything. I thought, well, I'll scale it down and do a bit of a hybrid. And then it started to grow from that, and I thought the wings, and it was just amazing to see all the detail that is in the butterflies and the moths. So it's all spun from that. And then I worked closely with Studio Light to do the amazing stencils to go with it. So I've had so much fun, and I absolutely love this.
Well, you know what, already very busy. But I'm going to say something that we very rarely say here at Hochanda, and it's like, do not check out just yet. Why? Because there are different options, and we want you to see everything that there is before you check out your options. We would hate you for, kind of miss out on the option that you really want. Now, our one-day special, there is 2 different options in whichever option you are going to go. So with top row or bottom row. Now the top one is the beautiful peacock, a butterfly and poppy. So that refers to, of course, the stamp and the gorgeous beautiful images. Those stencils are good ones, aren't they?
Yeah, they work really, really well. Big or just even parts of it, and even for doodling now. I've been using them a lot for that, but they're great for repeat patterns as well. But yeah, and some of the die cuts are slightly different, but they work really, really well with the flowers.
Absolutely.
and
Now, one of the things I love that we have got boards here, because you can see, I love that die that you are getting, and they're happy as well.
Yeah, the dies are really useful because you can sort of build them up, or you can just sort of put them single on their own. And I've done them in bright colours, but you can imagine just one black on white, it just looks absolutely beautiful.
And the stencil, I mean, look at that beautiful. This is one of 2 stencils that you are getting, and then you are getting 2 stamp sets as well. Now that is the option of the peacock, butterfly and poppy. You need to go carefully and with the pronunciation of those words. Now you have there the details you have on the screen. It has a £5 saving, and you are just paying £24.96. But as I mentioned, just hold your horses, do not check out your baskets just yet. Now, next up, we have got the beautiful butterfly and, let's pronounce it, fritillary, butterfly and dragonfly. Absolutely stunning. There you have the dragonfly. Dragonflies are beautiful as well.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between a dragonfly and a damsel. They've both got 2 sets of wings, but it's all to do with the length and size of the body.
Ooh, I didn't
So,
know that.
yeah, if you wanted to, you could make this either or. So it's up to you.
I didn't know. Well, there you have it. That is the second option of the one-day special. Again, you have a £5 saving. £24.96 is the price. Now, Studio Light is based in the Netherlands, so there is a little bit of extended delivery. It will be dispatched on the 12th of March, so not long to wait at all. 973-826 is your item number for the one-day special with those 2 different options. However, you may have seen that there is a lot beautiful items from a Studio Light. And how would you like the brand new collection, the complete collection? Not only one-day special 1, one-day special 2. Now you are getting extra stencils there, the beautiful dies that you can see here, the gorgeous borders. Now already 10% of the complete collection has gone. Now that butterfly wing as well, have a way to create journals. Look at those die cuts as well. Now the savings are carried forward, so of course you have those £5 from each of those one-day specials, so that's £10, and individual bundles have also savings. All of it is carried forward, and on top of that you have got a £20 saving. Now, no freedom non-freedom member has a you would get a saving of 42 pounds. Is it 42? 49 pounds saving. That is a phenomenal saving. However, freedom members have an additional saving, 58 pounds and 77 pence. That is phenomenal saving, and that 87 pounds and 96 pence is the complete collection, everything that you can see here, minus final finished product per samples, of course. Now, we have seen the one-day special. Shall we go into detail, Lou, of the dies that we are getting? Gorgeous, intricate dies.
Yeah, you get, with Studio Light, as always, you get layering. So the 3 butterflies I'm going to be working with now, they've got a back and like a front as well, so you can put them on a border. They're really nice, different sizes as well, so we've tried to sort of incorporate different styles of butterfly there, but they do die cut and emboss quite really nicely.
I can imagine.
So it's up to you what you do with them. Die cutting them out of anything, as long as it's not too thick material, they die cut beautifully.
Yeah. And of course we have those borders. Now I have to say a border is one of the unsung heroes of a die cut collection, isn't it?
These are my favourite. I've got to say, you shouldn't say that, but some of these little bobble ones are my absolute favourites, because you could put them anywhere, and they could be stems on flowers, they could be a repeat pattern. They're just so easy to use. And I don't have enough borders, actually. I tend to have a lot of everything else, but not borders, so I think these are really handy, but I love the shape on these.
Now, if you just wanted these 2 die sets, you can. £13.98 is your price. You have a £4 saving in this bundle alone. But remember, everybody is going for the complete collection. I mean, that amazing saving. Remember, every single bundle that has a saving, that saving is carried forward, and then on top of that, you have got an additional saving. 20% already. We are not even 10 minutes in, and 20% of the stock of the complete collection has already gone. Now, I don't think it's going to last 24 hours, is it, Lou? So make sure that you check out your baskets. Now, we do have more in the complete collection. We have those beautiful papers. Now, we have, you can see there's rice papers, I believe, aren't they?
Yeah, these are rice papers, and there's some of my little sketches on there, and some little dots and blots on them, and then you've got the papers as well. So you've got quite nice, you know, card makers. We've not forgotten about card makers. We've not forgotten about scrapbookers, and we've tried to bring it. So if you wanted to just use the butterflies off these sheets, that's so easy to use. You know, in the background, we're going to be doing something similar like that, and then the writing on it. So yeah, it's. Any waste that you've got on the rice paper is great for collage. Absolutely. So you don't lose anything. And
you can see you are getting 6 of the rice papers, 4 of the A4 double-sided papers. I love the elements in here, all those words in here. She wore butterflies in her hair and carried magic secrets in her eyes.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it just beautiful? When you stop and look around, life is pretty amazing. You know what? It's absolutely gorgeous. And look at those beautiful butterflies in here. And I just think they are so versatile as well in here. Now, this bundle has a £3 saving. Remember, you have the 6 rice paper as well as the double-sided papers. Now, with that saving, it's carried forward in the complete collection, so make sure to check out your baskets. Already 20% has gone, and we are not even halfway through the first hour of launch. Then we still have got more to see as well. Now, we have also set of gorgeous stencils and the journal lie here. Now, journals our journals especially are very special to you, aren't they?
Yep, they are. This one is my it was made for me because it's square, it's small, and I can easily sort of put stuff in and out, and I like the decal edge on it. And the butterfly, again, they put that one in for me, but this could be used. I like the idea of having these stacked up on the shelf. Absolutely. But the spine itself is a great border. If you put that behind something, you can make a great border. Absolutely. And then those decal pages, that middle one doesn't die cut, it actually cuts a line in that you can stitch. So it doesn't die cut, it stitches. So, it makes a stitch line. And then you get the butterfly and then the 2 little named tablets. But yeah, it's a really lovely edge.
It is absolutely gorgeous, and that border is just beautiful as well. Right, if you wanted to go for the journal die and the textures stencils, and you can see it on the screen, you can have them, and you have a £5 saving. Now, £16.98 gives you those stencils and the dies, but remember, are included in the complete collection. Incredibly busy for that. Please do check out your baskets. Now, then we are moving on to even more. We have the beautiful butterfly journal page with those stencils with the pebbles. Now, butterflies or moths, they are absolutely stunning creatures.
And the more you look at them closer and closer and closer under a microscope, you see all these wonderful magical patterns, and these are like the stems, and under a microscope, and you can see these sort of beautiful patterns. But then we've got a 3-layer journal die, so you can make your journal die with it if you want. You can use, that's one been used with my spine. With the patterns on the back. It's a great little idea, and or you can use them as mobiles as well, which is
absolutely.
I really like the idea of either having them flat or making a big cat.
Absolutely, yeah. And now one of the things I noticed is that this is the stencil from the One Day Special, the option 2, or the butterfly and the dragonfly. But it fits perfectly the edges.
It was made to go on the top layer, or the bottom layer, whichever you want. But yeah, it's made to go on that layer. Now, I really like that. Beautiful
it's
concept.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you wanted, remember, you have got 2 different options to go for it. If you wanted, as you can see on the screen, £14.98 is the price, with a saving of £5. But those are included in the complete collection, and that saving is carried forward as well. Now, the complete bundle, well, incredibly busy. £20 additional saving if you're not a Freedom member, but remember, every single bundle that has got a saving, that is carried forward. Now, a quarter of the stock has gone. If you wanted, I can see my producers going like, oh, it's just very frantic behind the scenes. So we're trying to keep calm like a swan, but I'm not. I'm more like a duck, like I know I'm going like that. Anyway, please do check out your baskets if you want it. Now, with the last element, but not the least, because I love the sayings that our Lou finds. Fabulous chipboard elements, but also die cuts. Here you have. There is one of them that says, "She's a mess, but she's a masterpiece."
Yeah. Absolutely, that's great. A lot of these I've written down, and these are the tiny little versions of my hand-drawn ones. So, and then my doodles, you'll see a lot of my doodles on there. Creativity is experimenting in growing. Yeah, I love some of them. We just fly by, and you know when you read them, you think, that's just right for today, or that's just right for tomorrow. You know, and stay focused and shine. I like that.
I love that as well. I absolutely love it. Now, I love being an artist. That's that could be your saying.
Keep an open. What was that? That one. That was in. Keep an open, neat, and strong spirit. Open heart. Sorry.
Open heart.
Can't read me on right. Keep an open heart and a strong spirit. Yeah. I really enjoyed doing these. I really enjoyed doing them.
And I already pre-die cut, and then you on top of that, let me show you because I grabbed it.
That little book's great.
I love.
That's one of the best little books I've seen with me, because it's got the butterflies that just make it, quite Victorian, and I just really like that one.
I love all the butterflies in here, all the sentiments as well. And I love they come pre-cut, so you can just pop them out and just use them. Now, if you wanted to go for this bundle, you can get it on its own. Maybe you want to add an extra one to your complete collection, so that will mean that you have got more. Now, £9.97 is the price, usually with a saving of £2. Remember, though, that is included in the complete collection. And oh boy, typical, not typical. That's the literal words from my producer. Oh boy, is it busy. A third of the stock. We are not even 15 minutes in, and a third of the complete collection has already gone. Remember that you can, flex it, you can buy it, and of course, interest-free payments if you wanted to. And that saving, if you are a Freedom member, is phenomenal. £58.77 if you are a Freedom member. And on top of that, of course, you can flexify it. So £29.32 would be what you would be paying today as a Freedom member, and that would be the deliver cost. Now, it is, look at that.
That's just the butterflies without the background, so you don't need to. And if you put them both on together, you get the outline of the butterfly as well, so you can paper piece them all.
And I love that you can see the stencils here, the die cuts as well here. And then look at that stunning
I remember Liz showing me this, and she says, woo, 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 and I went, have you done? And I knew straight away how she'd done it, but I didn't know what with, and it's with the Wow embossing powders.
Oh, fabulous, through the
good, isn't it?
stencils as
Yeah.
well. And then we are going to see
Beautiful,
another.
that.
Look by Karen Glenn. Look, the dragonfly.
Isn't that gorgeous? And yet,
Absolutely.
you know, it's without being rude to her, this is what she does so well, Karen.
Yes.
She takes an idea and it's neat, it's finished, it's beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say, Karen, you're blowing, you know, my mind of times of what you can do. Look at that. This is absolutely stunning. But of course, it's using your journal die that can create this.
Yeah,
And
we
the
can. I
beautiful
was thinking of doing one and having it almost hanging from the ceiling, and you could put pictures through it. You know, little pictures in it as well.
Absolutely. And this could be, you know, a soft, because if you're using a stabilizer and think cotton, you could die cut them and then quilt them and do a soft book for a child as well.
Yeah. I like the edges for that as well, because if you put some, like you say, stabilizer on it, it'll keep that jaggedy edge without it fraying. This is Karen's as well.
Wow.
And I love it. I love the way she's used the backgrounds. I just love the way she's such a lovely girl as well. She just gets on with everything and doesn't worry, and she says, right, give me that, I'll do that. And we all stand back and go.
Absolutely stunning. And what I love about it as well, there is that variety that this one day special can be like, you will show us how to use it your style, but there is a lot of different possibilities. Yeah. But everybody at home, remind to check out their baskets. Over a third of the stock has gone, and we are not even half an hour in. Beautiful dies that you are getting there that mix and match those gorgeous stencils, which of course are signature of Louis, the queen of stencils, and that art journal with the spine that you can use it. You have got different options to move the spine as well. You have the beautiful butterfly. You have those rice papers, the A4 papers as well. You have so many options. Now, but if you are not a Freedom member and you are considering this collection, become a Freedom member. Why? Because you have an additional saving that is less than the cost of a Freedom membership. £5.97. That is a Freedom membership for a month that entitles you as well to free PMP on any Hochanda purchase that you do during your Freedom membership. And on top of that, you have got an additional saving, for instance, in this complete collection. Right, remember that it will be dispatched from the 12th of March, so grab yours by checking out those baskets. 271308 is your item number. Wow.
I know.
Well,
wow.
Lou,
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad people like
stunning.
it, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, what are you going to show us?
Well, I bought this from a charity shop, and it's sort of like, I don't know, a kitchen thing. I think it's for keys or something, and it wasn't anything great, and I thought, I don't like that actual side of it, but I like that side.
Yeah.
So I've ripped everything, and what I've done is I've just given it a quick coat of gesso, because what I'm going to do is just create like a museum piece. Ooh. So like when you go to the museums, you see them in cases. Yeah. And I really like that, because you could do it with anything. So I've just give that a quick coat. What I've got is some of the rice paper. Now, I really hate doing this, but I'm only using a bit. And I've just got the writing, I've got this, and I've got some gel medium as well. And what I'm going to do is just on the outside, I'm just going, come on. Right, just going to put with, it doesn't matter that I've actually got that gesso on there, it doesn't matter at all, because I'm going to put some paste on, and I'm just going to give it a dry brush anyway. And just on the outside, not on the inside, I'm just going to lay little pieces of this. And I want the paint that's already on to sort of dull down.
Okay, yeah.
And then you can make it sort of less visible. I don't want it to be the first thing you see. I want it to just look old. So I've just got little bits. You don't need too much, because you're going to overkill it then if you do that. You just want little bits. So I've just got these little bits here, and the white, like I say, the white gesso. I've got two gesso here. I've got the indigo blue one, which is stunning, and I've got the golden one. So either one of them is really good. Sorry about the noise, guys. It's a bit rocking round. But you can see now, even if you can't see the image, you'll start to see the lovely creases that happens. And if you want, that's perfect. Now, I know you know this, but I'll just show you again. If you get your tissue where you want to sort of cut out, if you get a wet paintbrush and just dip it in water. I know we know this, but there's new people watching, isn't there, all the time? So just going to do that, and then I'm just going to pull it apart there. I can get a nice ripped edge where I want without, because a straight edge on this, and when you do that, it's not as nice. So don't waste that, it's great for collage. So just here, I'm just going to add my gel medium and a bit of the gesso. And I'm just going to put that there. She wore butterflies in her hair and carried magic secrets in her eyes. So now I can just, with my finger,
I like that.
Just take that back off again so that you can see it. There we go, so I've done that. So you do need to just, while it's drying, give the inside a coat of white. And that, I'll tell you why, because you want that to sort of be vibrant, and you want the other side, the outside to look a bit darker. I'm just going to put that there to give it a bit of texture. You can do as much as you want on these.
It's looking really that kind of sort of shabby chic,
Exactly,
expensive look, without having to use too much materials, or it's just a bit of rice paper that is included, of course, in the complete collection.
Well, I always forget that. I always forget it, and I never use it. And I think today I was going to use it. So today I've got some Titan Buff. Now you might not have Titan Buff, but it's a cream colour. Just show you there. It's like a cream, and I'm just going to work it in on the corners while it's drying, so that we get a nice aged look. I know we shouldn't really say it, but in a lot of these houses and these museums, there was a lot of smoke and stuff around. So they would have looked a bit like smoky, well, dark and a bit dingy. So I thought by just doing that, I've just given it that little bit of a dingy look.
Yeah, definitely.
So then what I've done is, I've got the die cuts. So I've got the 3 butterfly die cuts. Now I've done them in black because I wanted to say to people, if you've got different coloured card, it doesn't matter. If you've only got black card like I was using black, it doesn't matter. You can colour it. So I thought if I get all 3 together, so I've got the backgrounds there, and I've got the 3 there. So what I'm going to do is just, while they're there, on the back, I'm just going to give them, I don't want that black to show through too much, but I'm not worried about covering it too much, so I'm just going to do that. I've given the front a coat of gesso, because now what I can do is build up colour.
And it's really lovely how the way that you can put over black cards gesso, so it gives it like a kind of a chalky finish to it, rather than,
And if you think about a lot of these old exhibits, they would have lots of age on them, and and patina, and you can't do, if it's stark white, then it'll look a bit strange. So leave them to dry, and you can see now they're sort of marrying the colour there, and I've got these straight. It's quite a nice thing, this, because you can change it to suit all the colours you've got in your house, anything. Now I've got my paints, so you can use any paints you want, but I quite like the idea of having some colour in the background. So I'm just going to drop in. I'm using my Studio Light colours. I'll move them over so you can see. So you can use whatever colours you want. I'm using watercolour because you can with these. You can use them in the back. So just I have sprayed them, but it's sort of dried up. So I'm just going to get a little bit of colour, and I'm just going to put it in the background. It looks awful, I know, but...
No, it does. Well, I know. I mean, it does look a little bit.
It looks terrible, doesn't it?
Let's say something.
It does. No, it does. It looks like,
hurt,
that's finger painting and all that. But there is a way, because don't forget we're going to cover it up. So here, I'm just going to rub some of it out. I don't want it too strong. You could pick a common colour to go with them all. So I've put a red down. You don't have to. You could have 1 blue, 1 green, 1 yellow, but I just want to warm some of it up. So I've just put a little bit here, because there's that much colour and variety in butterflies. You can't even begin to sort of, you you can't, because every one of them is different. It's like a fingerprint. You'll never see two the same. Or if they are, they'll have subtle differences that you think, oh, look, it's like a set of twins.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Or like, yeah, it's those tiny kind of either imperfections or perfections that makes them different.
Absolutely.
You know, that kind of detail.
And all I'm doing basically is putting it in the background. So, I mean, more often than not, this will only show through a little bit.
Yeah.
So you just need to build it up. Now, my advice is always dry layers underneath. If you dry and dry and dry, they'll layer the paint on top of each other quickly like that. If you don't and you sort of put them on when they're wet, you'll get what we call a mix, and that's not the same. You need to let the layers dry, but I'm being a bit fast with these. So that one's not bad.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks quite nice like that. But I'm just going to add a little bit of blue to one, and then I'm going to go with a little bit of purple with the other. So purple, and I'm just using my paintbrush to dab it on like that. So I'll go with a bit of pink.
Yeah.
And the paper that I've used here is card. So if you've got a little bit of watercolour paper or strong card or anything like that, save a little bit because we're going to make some little name tags. So on this one, I'm going to go with more green. You can choose any colours you want. And in these, actually, they've got this pear green. And this is a sort of colour, it's a yellow, or they call it a gold green. And I love it, but people overlook it because they think, ooh. But when you use it in your work, it's absolutely amazing.
It is.
It's one of those colours that if it was a dress, it wouldn't have anger appeal.
I know what you're saying.
It wouldn't. It just wouldn't. You'd go, oh, look at that. But so I've got them. Leave them to dry. They look a bit like that. But now, all I'm going to do now is still a little bit wet. What you can do is a couple of things. Now, I'm not going to do all these because it'll take me all night. But you can do a couple of things. And I am not in any way going to start cutting out antennae. No way. No, life's too short.
Absolutely.
So what I did was I made some bodies.
Ah.
And these have actually got like little legs on them, and they're so easy to make. And I've made some that are without legs, some that might be a bit big for these, that's fine, but I just wanted to show them a little bit bigger, because if I start showing them really tiny ones, you'll never see them. And all they are is a little, two little beads there, all mixed. These were from, you know, a dining room table, dinner plate.
Yeah.
Mat.
Yeah.
They had all beads, so I undid it all. It took me a day, but it was worth it. So I've made the body, but I think, you know, on there, I think it's a little bit too much. But just to give it that 3D, or if you don't want to go that far and glitzer, just get a piece of wire, and I'll show you this one. It's dead easy. And you just put it, and you make an antennae. So I'll show you how I did it. It's so easy, this. Really is easy. You just cut a piece of wire, how long you want. Say, you don't need anything more than, let me see, 2 inches, that's all you need. That might be a bit long, but you can put your sort of foam pad wherever you want. Try and get it. I'm using round nose pliers, but if you haven't got them, just use anything you can bend it round, and just bend it. Now, if you haven't got it equal, don't worry, just chop that off and get it equal. I'm using my jewellery stuff, I keep it all for, it's a bit like scissors for hair, scissors for cloth, and scissors for paper.
Yeah.
So you get one end into the end, and you're just going to turn it round. So I've got a little hoop, and I'll do this one. So tiny bit there, and sometimes it all depends on your wrist. You sort of have to move your wrist round that way to pull. I can't even see it. I've got the wrong glasses on. Right, there we go. So I've got that. All I do then is I get a 3D foam pad and stick it on that, and then that goes behind. So there's a little bit of either or, it's up to you. So now these are a bit drier now, that's better. So I've got these here. Now I'm going to do a couple of things on this, because when we start to put these over here, you'll start to see that you won't see a lot of the colour, but it's just there.
Okay.
So, you know, when we started off, it was like, oh, that's really... So you'll only catch little bits of the colour, but it brings it to life. So the next thing is going to get my pencils, and I'm using, There they are.
Really
They've dropped down here.
light.
Sorry. They've dropped down here. I'm using my bronzer needle, and I'm just going to look for main colours, and I'm not going to do too much because I'm going to add something else to it. So just going to get my bronzer needles, and I'm using, say, an orange, a red, like this, just to show you how easy it is. And I'm just going to go really lightly on the top. I don't want to go too deep because I want the embossing to show up. So you can just see it there.
Good. Oh, I love that.
And then what you can do is just, I think I just put a little bit of, that's better.
Yeah, you can see it. Such a good shot. We can see actually the, indentations from, I can
That's it. You don't. This is a base colour because I'm going to put something else on the top because I want to make these really shine. And you can spend hours on these because what you can do is add your own like little dots and your own beads and everything on them. Like I've got some to show you there. Just by doing that, I'm just burnishing it in so that it's got a bit softer finish. And then you do that. So basically, choose any colours you want. And I know I've noticed that you've got shelving that matches, and it'd be great that because you could have
yes,
a set of colours, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So here, the red again. Now, if you don't want that on, you don't even have to have that on because it'll fit nicely in the box without it, but that gives it more of a shabby chic finish. Right, then I get a tiny bit of this.
Well, can I do a quick
Oh,
recap
yeah,
while
please
you
do.
do find
That'd be great for
that
me,
step? Because we are very, very, very busy for the complete collection. Now, we will rejoin Lou in just a second, but we want to remind everybody of the one-day special and the complete collection. Now, 40% of the complete collection has already gone. That's the stock that should last 24 hours, but we are not, well, you're just a half an hour past on the first hour of this launch. Now, let's break it down. Now, you have got a smaller bundles. If you have maybe a smaller budget for this month, then that's absolutely fine. We want to cater for all budget. Now, the one-day special, it consists, and well, you have two different options. The first one we are going to look at is the peacock, butterfly, and puppy. And you can see them here. You are getting two beautiful stencils, one die set with 3 dies, and then those beautiful stamps there. Now, they are absolutely stunning imagery that then you can incorporate in your card making, art journaling, and so much more. That is the peacock feather, peacock, butterfly, and puppy. Let's get it right. Then we have got option number 2, which is the let's say it, fritillary, butterfly, and dragonfly. I'm convinced that people choose names that are unpronounceable just to give everybody a little bit of a laugh. But you again get 2 stamp sets, 1 die set, and those beautiful stencils. A £5 saving in each of those options. You are just paying £24.96. 973-826 is your item number. And remember, everything there on the show will be dispatched from the 12th of March, which is only 11 days away. And then we have got a complete. Now, every single individual saving that you have in every bundle is carried forward. So you are not only saving every single saving that you have on in the bundles, but also you have an additional saving. If you're not a Freedom member yet, you would save £42. 49 again, I said it again. £49 you're saving there. Apologies for that. Now, if you are a Freedom member, you're saving £58.77. Now that is a delivered cost because as a Freedom member you do not pay P&P, so that you're saving that as well in P&P. On top of that, you have a flexi-buy option, which means everything will be dispatched from the 12th of March, all the size, all the rice paper, but you will get it and you can pay just £29.32 today. That means that you will be able to do beautiful pieces in which you use those sentiments in chipboard. You are using the rice paper, you are using the art journaling, beautiful die set with the butterflies in here. You can create something like this for just £29.32 today. It's interest free, so next month you're going to pay exactly the same amount, and then a final payment in April of the same amount. And you could be creating something like this, or maybe you are going to create something, maybe use the stencils into fabric. It's up to you. This is like kind of Lou gives you the butterfly collection. What you do is up to you. It's a phenomenal collection. Grab yours because we are incredibly busy. 271380 is your item number. Right, Lou, it's a busy one.
Yeah,
very busy.
Excellent. Well, what I've done is I've done a little bit of, well, quite dodgy colouring in, but just to show you that you can take as much time as you want. So I've just rubbed some blue into this, and I've just gone with the edge of the pencil. Now,
I love that.
if you've got any colours you want, you use any colours you want to match your house. But what we're trying to do is bring up all that embossing, and we want to do it in a really beautiful sort of, we want to do it in a random way, but nice and colourful. There's two ways you can actually do it. You can have it showing black at the back or leave it like this. Now, I prefer it with a bit of colour at the back, because I don't, just for me. But the last thing I want to do is I'm going to get a bit of a glaze on it. I don't want the colours to be that bright. I want the glaze to be bright. So I'm using metallic paints, and I'm going to use like a shimmer. And hopefully, if this is, some's wet, some's not, I'm just going to put it over the top, and I'm just going to get that. I'll have to use this one. Some are juicier than others. There we go.
Oh.
So the colours underneath really are not that important, if you know what I mean. They are important, but they're not the most important thing, because the colour, if I bring it up for you, the colour.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know, so you can do that. And then I'm going to just put, because that was quite a gold one, so, but you can do it with any colours you've got. I'm going to use a lighter one. And this really, to me, this really finishes it off, because it sort of brings alive all those iridescent colours that we see in butterflies. Because you see them one way and they look blues, you see another way and they look green, and you're like, wow, how does nature get it so perfect?
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like that.
And then mix and match. So if you've got like a little bit, you want here, you want this to be gold, but it wouldn't look the same if I hadn't have put the blue on it underneath, if I hadn't have put the colours underneath. And then all you do is you get a blob of glue, a blob, or whatever you want, and I'm just going to glue them down. But I'm just using gel medium. So I'm going to get this now. I'm just looking at it how I want it. I like that. Now, there's two ways of doing this. You can stick this to the... I prefer to get this sort of between the two. But sometimes a bit of extra glue is better. So if you just put a little bit more glue on there, it'll stay.
Fabulous.
And I like having it a little bit off. So you create, come on. So it creates a shadow,
Absolutely.
not stuck down.
I love that.
So you get that shadow. My hand's a mess, and I'll just put that one in there.
That looks so good.
Aren't they nice like that? And they're dead simple to do. Like I say, if you've got a bit of wire, you can use any sort of wire. Any sort of wire you've got. But this is jewellery wire, but you might have other jewellery wire and stuff.
You know what I was thinking as well? You could use, and I have used in the past, and nobody has noticed. You know those hair pins, not the, you know the ones that are like I don't know if you know the ones that
grips,
grips. The ones that catch away the fire, like the
hair grips,
yeah, hair grips. Those ones, the ones that are quite open. You could use those ones if that's all you have.
Do you know what the name is for them? They're called bobby clips.
Oh, bobby clips.
Bobby clips. But I'll show you the ones I've got with that I've done with the
absolutely
other wire. The bodies you can put them on, but I think they're a little bit too big for these. So what I'm going to do is just arrange them. So I just arranged them. They might be that they go that way, or that's better. So I'm just going to arrange them like that for a minute.
Gorgeous.
Now what I've got here is, this might be a little bit too big, but don't worry, you can cut it. And I've put some of the names here of some of the actual butterflies and moths, and I've done it and put a little word like figure 3, figure 2, figure 1, and then I'm just going to rub. I get a little time. Where's that brush gone? Brush. Right. All I'm going to do is, if you've got distress ink, something like that, I'm just going to put a little bit of some. It's called Storm Grey.
And that will give the edges a distress.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I won't do more, but yeah, just a tiny bit, and it just darkens the edge. And then let's put it all together so that we can see. And I've got a little bit of a finishing touch. This gel medium needs a little bit of time to sort of adhere, so you're best off doing it and letting it sit, and then positioning it all, and then leaving it, and then it won't take long, 10 minutes, and it'll be right for you to move. But it's entirely up to you if you want to do something like the background, this in black, if you want it in black, but I think it creates enough shadow as it is, so just going to do that. And then I'm going to put in these, might age them a bit more. So I've made these names up from other names, and I've done figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, and that's what you get in these little boxes. You get these names and people collect them. So I've done it like that. The last thing I'm going to do now is just get the same gold that I had here, and I'm just going to rub a tiny bit on here, because I want to bring that colour into this colour.
So pretty.
And then, if you wanted to do more on it, you can do, but I think that's enough for me.
Yeah, it is.
And then just a tiny bit, if you've got your distress inks, anything like that, they'll all do. And then, if you want to, you could bring in a bit of age with that, and then all the wrinkly paper you can actually see, but it starts to make it look really, I quite like that.
I love that.
It's quite nice for.
Absolutely.
It looks old, but it's new. So yeah, it's only using that. But I mean, there's so many different things. But something a bit different. You could put beads or stickles or anything on that. Yeah. There's that body. I've got a body here. I was going to put a body on it. See, it's too big for it, but you can imagine a little bead.
You could, yeah. I mean, I think with this, it's a question of whether you kind of explore all these possibilities, and at home you will be able to do that. Yeah. Now, remember that the butterfly dies that Lou was using, now they are included in the complete collection, as well as in a smaller bundle. Now, it's up to you. Whatever your budget is, we try to cater for all, because we know there are months and there are times when we are budget kind of stretched, and sometimes we can't. Remember though, if you want it all, you can have it on flexi, which means that you can spread it into interest-free payments, which means that you would get everything dispatched from the 12th of March for just £29.32 today. That's the delivery cost if you are a Freedom member. And that includes, of course, the dies that Lou was using in here. They are part of the complete collection. Now, they are kind of coordinating perfectly with the stencils and the papers, and everything works beautifully, doesn't it? I love that you are getting, is it 8 stencils in there? Because it's 8 stencils with the complete collection, because you are getting 8, 2 in each one day special, but everything coordinates. Of course, you have the butterfly beautiful wing stencil that will match the journal butterfly wing perfectly. You have got the pebbles, you have got the larger pattern, you have got the stamps with the beautiful poppy. You have absolutely phenomenal products here to play with, phenomenal crafting goodies. Now, both have one day specials. Over 20% of the stock has gone. Now that means that whether you want the top, which is the peacock butterfly and the poppy, or you want the patellary butterfly and dragonfly, whichever option, or I will make my mind up whether you want it all or you want just one of the options. Remember though, the one day special has a £5 saving, and it's £24.96, which means that for just £5 more today, you could get the complete collection because you're FlexiMind and you're a Freedom member. Now, imagine that. Now, every individual bundle has savings, right? Those savings are carried forward and then you get an additional saving. Non-Freedom members, that means that it's £49 saving. If you are a Freedom member, £58.77 is the saving that you have there. And that is the delivery cost because you're not paying P on P. Over 40% of the complete has already gone 40 minutes in on the first hour of the launch, and it is a whopping busy show. So please do check out your baskets, especially if you want the complete collection. 271308 is the item number. Right, Lou?
Right, I thought I'd do some, just a little simple card to show you because you do get carried away. I thought I'd show you these, you know. I spent hours on these because you get carried away doing them. Absolutely. So I just wanted to show you how colourful we can do them.
Is that colour with the pencils?
Pencil, yeah, pencil.
Wow.
So I just wanted to show you that you do get carried away. And I think, you know, when you've done that, and then, of course, you've got all the...
Wow.
These.
How long does it take to do this?
Well, I spent hours on them because I just wanted to do it, and I just loved doing it. But these don't take long at all. These take about 5-10 minutes.
The thing is that I love that. I love that you can lose yourself because we all need sometimes to lose ourselves coloring
Perfectly,
in.
yeah.
But also sometimes we want that quick and easy results.
Absolutely.
So we have got both. The best of both.
And you might want something as, I mean, I like this little Dragonfly because a bit of white pen on him and he looks great. And I've done it with jelly roll pens to show you how good it looks with, not jelly roll, souffle.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's lots of things, but I just wanted to show you how you could do a quick background. Say you wanted something really bright like this in the middle of your paper like that. It looks nice, doesn't it? Well, I do. But it's a bit stark. Yeah. So, what one of the nice things you can do is get the hydrangea, is it? Hydrangea, or the stencil, or both. So I've got this stencil. Now, I can't choose because I adore all them stencils. I've even coloured them in on brown card to show you that they look amazing. So I just thought, I really like this, but I don't want a lot of colour on it. So I've chosen, somewhere under here, a very light distress colour. So I'm only going to do a little bit with it. I don't want a lot. I really do not want a lot. And it's quite hard to see when you're doing this. You think you're not putting anything on, and then suddenly you think, whoa, I really have. That's perfect. Yeah. So I don't want a lot.
Love that.
Don't want a lot. And I'm just going to go around the edge. Now, there's two, you can use them all. But because it's the flower that I'm using, I thought this would be best placed with the flower. Because I don't want just a stark flower showing. I want a bit of stenciling as well. And I like the fact that this one, Angela's gone for, because we decided on stencils, and she does all mechanics of it. And I like the way she's cut this here, which I think's nice because it's not straight edge. So that's how we do it. So we've got a centre point here. Just there. Can you just see? It's just in the middle. So now what I'm going to do is, you can get your marigold or whatever you want to call it. People call it all different names. It's like a hybrid. Some of these are hybrids. And I'm just going to go and very lightly, I'm just going to put this in. I'm using my hand now just to put it.
I like that. It's so subtle, and
it is. I don't want heavy stuff. I just want it in the background because it's going to be a background for something quite bright. So, but if I just wanted to put one of these 3D ones, I've done these, cut these out, a couple of these. So I'll just show you how nice they look cut out. So just go in with your flower, and then all I'm going to do, you could do it without doing the stencil as well. I've got a little bit there that I need to go in. I like the fact that these don't need to be on a block either. Right, so I'm going to get that, and I'm going to get a little bit of water, and then just, oh no, clean your brush. Don't know what's on that.
Yeah. Oh, it has happened to me so many times. You know, you would think that for a daughter of an artist, I would be very, you know, very clean with my brushes.
No.
I'm the worst. I'm absolutely the worst with brushes.
No, I am terrible with brushes.
Yeah.
Really bad. I'm just going to put a little, that's a bit dark. That.
Anyway, we do have about 4 minutes until
no
the
way,
end of the show.
right. Well, all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of colour that way. You'd use your distress tools. Everyone's got these new tools now, haven't they? But then you could actually put anything you want, even if it's just a three-dimensional one.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle, you don't need, you just a piece of ribbon with it.
Or
You
the
could put a couple of them.
Or
Or you could just put your butterfly in it. Can you see that?
I just want to see them. They are such a beautiful, the moths.
But the bodies look really
Yeah.
good on these. These big bodies look really good on these ones.
Look at that. And also the other thing with the bodies, the antennae, without the beads, you could do them for the back, like underneath the butterfly, so you could just see the antennae coming
absolutely.
out.
You can use them like that.
Yeah.
So, and you also, if you tie your things to them, they make great brooches. They need to be a bit, if you did it on fabric, it'd be beautiful. But we could sort of have this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sat there. So you can do all sorts, but you can do subtle with the backgrounds, just like you can do something quite different. I really like that.
I love that.
I do really like
I mean,
that.
I have to say, well, you know, Lou, it's such a joy to see you create and, of course, launch this amazing one-day special and collection because that showcases that you can make it very shabby chic, very clean. You can take time coloring those amazing butterflies with your pencils, you know, you have got all those possibilities. Whether you are one person that like a little bit like me, that I like to explore mixed media. I like to do traditional crafting. I like to have, and let me find it. What are die cuts? The words, I cannot find them. They are somewhere. But the dies, you know, you have everything in here. You have got paper. You have got rice paper. You have got beautiful butterflies dies in here. Now, remember that if you want to buy into smaller bundles, we do have them in here. However, this set of two on either on. Oh, sorry, I wasn't aware of that. But basically, now they are only available as part on the complete collection now. That's how busy we are. Our producer cannot keep up. So if you want it, please make sure to check out your baskets as soon as possible. So now we know we have already a sellout. Those beautiful die cuts that I was mentioning there, ready-made, ready to go. So you have your quick cards there. You have got your sentiments. You have your inspiration because, of course, that die cut blog comes in with ideas on how to use them. You have art journaling pages to create your own art journals there as well. You have got borders. You have beautiful stencils, like we were saying, 8 stencils in the complete collection. Now, if you want your techniques, you can do them. And I have to say, I just adore the samples for this launch because that, I mean, is one of the ones that you had color in, but also it just shows you can colour it in really quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got some glitter and jelly rolls on that, but you don't need to do off, because the stamp actually tells you where to shade and where to colour.
Absolutely.
And you might as well just use that and put one colour on it. So yeah, it's really simple to use. You can do as much as or a little as you want.
And then you have the butterfly. I love the journal here, that you have got the pages in here as well. The stencil that is included in the complete collection will match perfectly. But then you can go on into more techniques, like more messy techniques if you want to. I think this is a collection that if somebody has been a fan of yours for a long time, but is more clean and simple, this is the perfect bridge.
Totally, totally, because it lends itself to that.
It is. And I think also the butterflies, we were talking just before the show that the butterflies is that renewal, that metamorphosis symbol of hope and beauty. Now we have got seconds to go. Wow. Congratulations, Lou.
Thank you.
You are going to be back at 8 o'clock with Fiona.
Yeah.
And tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Wow.
And 12 with Yanis. And then 4 p.m. if there is anything with myself. I think I'm probably going to be doing something else. I have got this sneaky suspicion that probably I will.
Thanks, everybody.
But it's a pleasure and congratulations.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely. It's great to have you here. And everybody, please check out your baskets, especially the complete collection. Over 40% of the complete collection has gone in the first hour, and that was the 24 hours of stock. Now, but stay tuned because more inspiration here with Leone after the break. So I'll see you in a bit.